A KWL is a graphic organizer. There are many, many graphic organizers available. The basic idea, definition, graphic means picture, organizer means Umesorah. So I take some kind of visual presentation and I organize information based off of whatever it is that I'm trying to do. So for example, Shaklavitaria, you could create sort of a list, a sequential, step-by-step chart. If you want to compare Rashi and Ramban, and I'm a chalokes, and you want to see where do they agree, where do they disagree, you might be familiar with a Venn diagram with two circles that intersect in the middle, and there's an overlap between the two. And so you have Rashi on one end and Ramban on the other, and where they agree in the middle. Those are called graphic organizers. A KWL is K, what do I know? W, what do I want to know? And then L, what did I learn? Now, there's something within the area of differentiation called pre-assessment. It's something, in my opinion, that we do precious little of, far too little of. Pre-assessment would mean assessing the Talmidim ahead of time to determine what do they already know. What's an example where that might be Nogea? Let's say halacha, or maybe parsha. So we have the opportunity to give them some kind of either brief quiz or something. It doesn't count for anything. It's just a way by which to get feedback. And now if I know, for example, I'm teaching Hilchos Pesach, and I know they understand the halachas for, let's say, a beer chametz. But they're called, they know what I can spend just 5 minutes, half an hour, whatever it might be, and I can really drill down on the chiras chametz. Or I can really talk about some other Indian. I only have 20 hours, 5 hours, whatever it might be, to talk about Hilchos Pesach. Where am I going to invest my time? Where am I going to put my kochos? What's the area that the Talmidim know, and what's the area where they need more? A pre-assessment is a gewaltige Zach for that, because it gives you that information. You give it to them 2-3 weeks ahead of time. Right after Purim, you're already holding by Pesach anyway. You give them a quick pre-assessment, ask them what do they know, and then you get that information. Now here, it's a little bit different, because what's nice about this one is it gives them perhaps a little bit of control, or a little bit of sense of, they can tell the Rebbe what's of interest to them. Now obviously if the children are younger, they may not be able to do that. If the Talmidim are a little bit older. But what do I want to know about a Kedas Yitzchak? What do I want to know about the Mishnah Yisrael? I don't know, whatever it might be. Maybe the Talmidim can share with you something. And maybe you won't be able to address it in the middle of class because you feel it's sort of off to the side, not really nogea. So you'll call the Talmud over for a brief conversation afterwards. But either way, it invests the Talmud more in the learning because he's not just a passive participant. I think all of us would agree that the more control that we feel that we have when we're learning something, the more invested we are in the learning process. So minimally, filling out this part of it. What do I know? And then at the end, when everything is done and the unit is over, then you come back to it and you fill out what did I learn. And then you start to put down information. You don't have to put down everything, but the Talmidim start to see, well, what did I accomplish?